No, I legitimately, Mom, I think somewhere somebody's got a video when I was like a little bitty kid. I had been watching, what's the name of that show? It's on Animal Planet. Big Cat Diaries. I'd been sick for a while, so I'd been watching Big Cat Diaries. And I heard a lion mating call. And I thought,
she can do it!
I can do that. I can do that. I know I can. So I practiced this. So we went to the zoo, and I told Mom, I was like, I can do a lion mating call. Mom just kind of looks at me, and my aunt looks at me, and she goes, no, you can't. I said, oh, yeah, I can. So I walked up to the fence, and I started going, and the moment I did that, you can ask her, this male stands up and charges the gate, and he starts roaring, and everybody's like,
I'll get attacked. I'll get bit by something, and she'll call it in.
No, it did not work last time. Last time we went to the zoo, I tried it, and you know what he did? He didn't roar.
He was
disappointed. No, he turned around and peeked through the fence at me, and I was like, never mind, just kidding.
My mama, that reminds me, my mama was married to this guy named Leonard before she married my daddy, and my cousin Jackie called him, she couldn't say her L's, she called him Leonard. And they went to the
Wait, what?
Yeah, his name was Leonard, and she called him Ennard because she couldn't say L's. My cousin. So they went to the zoo, and a lion peed on Leonard, and Jackie went home and said, Judy, a lion peed on Ennard. A lion peed on Ennard. And she thought that was so funny. A lion peed on Ennard. That's
the fact that she called him Ennard.
I know. Leonard, Ennard. That his name was Leonard.
I was kind of a retard like
What?
No.
Okay, that's just me, sorry.
Well, we've been vlogging all weekend except for somebody.
I
ain't naming no names.
I was at the beach.
I've been trying to vlog.
Yeah, leave that alone. I was at the beach with my babies. I wasn't vlogging with my babies.
She was having vacation.
So
I don't know how to vlog, so my parts will be so messed up, people won't know what's going on.
So I'm just gonna let you know that I didn't like screen the tickets, but I kind of did screen the tickets because there was one specific subscriber who was very rude about Amber. I don't know if you all ever saw those comments, but I was truly PO'd about it.
Did not.
There was somebody that got extremely upset because Amber said the word piss.
Nowadays kids hear so much stuff, you know, even though we try to raise them well.
I was watching a cartoon, and there was like
So she wasn't
bad
bad.
stuff on it.
You don't get to fuss at Amber.
I didn't know about this.
I didn't either.
Where am I?
I protect you
Amber,
from a
where
lot.
are we?
I'll protect you from our trolls.
I don't
You were there in the live stream, and I couldn't protect you from the troll fast enough when they called us the C word.
Oh, whoa.
Was I there?
No, you weren't there. It was just me.
I would have.
Now, see, if I was a moderator, I could have taken care of that
I
trouble.
think you were. You weren't in the live
I
stream.
was in the live stream.
You were there?
No.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
you were there.
because I had one tonight.
Me and
I don't care
Grandma
what people
got
call
it.
me.
We
They can't
kind
hurt
of
me.
wait, and we're excited, hoping Amber will say something, you know.
It's the anticipation of Amber.
You know what's crazy though?
I
Is
know
like,
we tried, but we really love it.
well, you guys do. And at first I was just like, because I started, because we had a little bit more at the beginning because I had Tangy and
I see that.
everybody was really conservative.
Yes.
So I behaved
Right.
and was really conservative. So when I brought Amber and Becky on, I was like, well, just be yourself. Like, do what you want to do.
I'm not conservative.
That's herself. Like, I never wanted to censor her, but the first time she did it, I was like, oh, breathe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. And then I started getting messages from people, and they were just like, I cannot believe you would say stuff like that on your channel. And I was just like, well, strap up, hunty, because it's gonna get worse from here. And then when she's,
right? Is it yours now? Like it's no longer.
it was never theirs. It was always mine. They just always was on it. Yeah.
Well, I like where you've done it because it's a newer generation.
Right.
You know, a lot of newer generation of Christians.
Well, and the one thing that
talk about anything.
Yeah, and the one thing that I wanted to take it from is I didn't want it to just be like a conversation of us telling you our opinions on things, because that's kind of how it was in season 1. And then when I brought them on, I was like, no. What do girls talk about when you get together for coffee?
Exactly.
You're going to talk about sex. You'll talk about
I don't talk about sex.
peeing in the woods.
They force
I'll
you.
pee in
They
the
do.
woods. I don't want to talk about it because my mama
I
wants
know.
to.
I know.
I
Well, I'm not the only one. My husband is the worst. He flirts with my mama more than he flirts with me. He told me, he was like, while you're at the hotel, don't send me nudes, but if your mama's naked, send them all. That's what he told me before I left. He loves to flirt with my mom. He loves to watch her turn red. He lives to torture my mom.
Well, Josh and Mama were out there taking their pictures with Dolly, and Josh was kissing Dolly, and I think you was kissing Josh. It was the best.
Josh is like, I don't kiss the tail. He's like, Becky, you don't tell him.
Obviously, he likes old ladies. So.
He loves them. He would leave me for Dolly.
Especially Candy. There's at church Amber's aunt, and I guess she would be my aunt-in-law. Candy, oh Lord, she loves Josh.
I just let them all have him. I don't care.
Every Sunday she's gonna molest Josh. That's how Alan got initiated into the family.
Yeah.
So Alan is my cousin, and Amber is Jonathan's cousin. So we married each other's cousins. So
I just got adopted in.
But we aren't like Kentucky. We don't do that cross. I'm saying.
She's like, we don't. They are.
But we don't do that.
They're not far enough south for that. We're talking about Alabama, Mississippi. That's where they do it.
That's what I said. I said
That's
they
what
meant
I said.
Alabama.
Everybody will say that about Kentucky. I'm like, not us.
We're
Never met no one who did
Everybody says it about
Western Kentucky.
Everybody says it about Tennessee too.
Yeah, we live in Western Kentucky.
But yeah, so when me and Amber,
Look at him.
What's he doing?
he's hot.
I love him.
His little face.
How much does he weigh?
130.
103?
130.
Oh my God. He's the best thing.
And they traveled from Ohio with him in the back of the truck, like in the back seat.
Oh my God.
He's got his
He's a big
own
old baby.
seat.
Don't you have two?
Just him now.
Oh, okay. Oh, did the other one pass away?
We had 5. One passed in December, and then it's like,
They started traveling a lot, so they kept
Oh.
Smudge, but
Yeah.
they couldn't travel with everybody, so they gave him farms.
Is he the one that is on your show that you make him talk?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I want to do that with Rosie.
Daryl is the mastermind.
How are you going to get Rosie to talk?
But the same way
Daryl
you
can
get him
do
to
it.
talk.
it's a program.
He talks.
All you need is the face, and it'll.
I have a video of my English bulldog talking, and it is the funniest thing. He
They
says,
use animation, Amber. Not like literal.
yeah,
They use animation.
it's called pet talk or something. I have
She's
a
like
video
really
of
tired.
She's like, she thought he meant like.
So I gotta tell y'all what I did. the
Line
other
up,
day.
hey boy. Right over it.
I jammed this straw into my elbow.
Don't worry, you'll hear about it in the vlog, because she sent me video and she was like, and I've hurt my elbow.
I sat down and in my car, and it was right here, and I went wham, and it cut me. And my mama goes, "You need to get rid of that straw. That's dangerous." I was like, "Well, I never thought that I would stab myself with the straw, but."
Well,
Speaking of straws, y'all have had the surgery, right?
mm-hmm.
My doctor told me I couldn't use straws.
For a
They're full of
month.
crap.
That's what I told her.
For a
I was
month,
just
they
like-
told me I could.
They're like, oh, you swallow too much air. Well, what's the difference between me taking a cup and opening my mouth versus a straw?
But for a month, they said not to. For me,
I did it the day I left the hospital.
she's a rebel. She don't listen to nothing the doctor says.
Listen, the doctors are practicing medicine. Practice.
And she
I
don't
know.
do nothing they say.
I study before I go in there. I watch them do the surgery. I know what I'm doing, and I study
She does
before I had this last one, I actually read stuff from Columbia University, from Harvard University, from British Columbia. Like, I read all the research on it. I walked in and I told the doctor what I wanted and how I wanted it done. They don't like it, but you ain't gonna cut me and touch me if I don't know what you're doing.
She told me what I was having done.
Mm-hmm. I told Becky, I was like, you got to do this.
See, I ain't done it for me, but I don't care.
She's working on it. She's working on it. She's got one more appointment and then you get it done.
Make me skinny, that's all I need.
So Amber's like, give me this stuff, give me this sleep, and I'm good.
I don't care.
I got the other one turned down to 45. You'll see where we
Sherry done it too. Just 3 weeks ago, almost 3.
Did you?
And then she had hers done in October. You've lost what, 100?
Over 100 pounds.
Since October. I told her, I was like, when you hit like week 2, week 3, it stops.
Yeah.
And
What
it's
did
like
you
let's
have
keep on
done?
stalling, and all of a sudden it
Oh, okay, me too.
yeah.
I talked to her first.
Okay, she told you what to do, didn't she?
That's the research.
doing
I
okay?
did the hope research.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you doing
and
good?
the sister and the rest of it, she
You
already
doing
did.
okay?
Yeah, she already knew everything.
Yeah.
Why should I go research?
That's it.
All you gotta do is ask me a question, and I'm like, yes, let me tell you what I've learned already. But I'm like that. But like when I started doing the homestead stuff, and people would get on there and they would try to tell me what to do, I was like, thank you for your advice, but trust me, I've studied for the past 4 months before I picked that specific breed of chicken. I know where it came from, what country it was originating from. Like I know.
She plans everything, and I'm just like, I'm winging it. I'm gonna go get a pig. I don't know nothing about a pig. I'm gonna go get it.
Oh my gosh, she drives me crazy with that. Like yesterday.
Yeah,
She's coming up here, and I
I
said,
need to know what we're doing, where we're eating.
where are we
what
gonna
time.
eat? What time are we meeting? And where are you gonna go? She goes, I don't know, we'll just see when we get up there. I said, I need to make a plan, Becky. She said, that is a plan. We'll see when we get up there. That is not a plan.
See,
I
you're the
will
wild,
call
you're
you
the
or
wild one. You're the wild one. You're the structured one. I'm the common sense. I'm the one that just says shut up and do it and get it over with.
Very true. Very, very true. Because when, I think it was, I don't remember who it was in the live stream that was like, you guys should do a meet and greet. And I was like, no. No. That requires planning. I will
been so
panic.
nervous.
I can't do it. And then Becky was like,
Let's go meet our friends.
that's what she said. She was like, let's go meet our friends. I would love it. It sounds like fun. And I was
Thank
just
you,
like,
Becky.
I was just like, you're not gonna plan nothing. And she didn't. Every time we would talk about planning stuff, she was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna show up.
That's what I do. I just show up.
And then like even yesterday, I said, are you coming? And she was like, yeah. And then I said, Josh, are you packed? And he said, no, I'm not even packed yet. It was 10 minutes before we were supposed to leave. And I sent him a gift of somebody hyperventilating. I was like, you're not packed. I packed 4 days ago. Like, I have to make sure I have.
She's awful.
I was worried for all of y'all because I knew it's a lot to put this together, and so I prayed last night. I knew y'all had a
Oh,
little
thank you
sleep,
so much.
but we appreciate you doing this.
We appreciate you all coming.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so blessed that we have people from all over the United States that wanted to meet us, and we wanted to meet you all too. Like, you all are our friends, and we love you guys. Like,
Maybe after this we'll all even connect more through the live
yeah,
and all
that'd be
that,
great.
and get to know and names.
Yeah.
Which really, at the end of the day, it's like I told Jess from Roots and Refuge when I did the interview with her. Like when you do an interview, I make the screen go live and you guys see what we're talking about then. But beforehand or after, and I think I told you this too, Sherry. I am okay with us. I want us to get over 1,000 subscribers. I do, because YouTube has gotten to where they're taking away a lot of privileges. Like if I had not have already bought that computer, like I invested over $2,000 to buy this computer so that we would have the setup that we needed to do it. But right after I did that, YouTube took away the ability to live stream through it from a phone if you're under 1,000 subscribers. If I would have not done that, Southern Mamas would have been over. Like we couldn't have done anything. And so they're slowly like trying to reel that back. And the reason why is a lot of people will start channels and then they'll get like 200 or 300 subscribers and then they'll just put like out a video once every 6 months or something, and they're just taking up a lot of the traffic. And so they're trying to slow that down and they're trying to disperse it to the bigger channels. So they're cracking down a lot. And I was like, I want it to go over 1,000, but I know this sounds selfish, but I don't want it to get any bigger than that. And I know that's crazy, but I feel
We
like
wouldn't be able to keep up with you all. It'd be like,
because you'll see like big channels will get on, and when they do their live streams, the comments are like, theirs has gotten like that now.
Yeah.
They'll get like 60, 70 people on there, and like their chat is rolling, and there's no way to keep up with
like
the
I can't
conversation.
keep up now.
I can't really either.
I'm
Yeah,
an okay girl. I can't read fast.
People in the comments can't keep up with each other, and then people on the show, and like for my channel, if I wanted to go on a live, which we're gonna start doing that again, we're gonna start doing those live singing videos again, but for that, I don't mind the chat kind of being faster. It doesn't bother me. But for Southern Mamas, the whole reason that I even made it, and I know that sounds selfish because I'm sure there's a lot more women out there that would enjoy it, but the reason I made it was so that we could have like a friendship, because it's hard to get together with your girlfriends and have coffee. It's hard to get away from your kids, and especially, and it's,
Yes,
you're making.
it's hard. Yes.
Like, this is the first time that we've all really got to ever hang out, like, the three of us.
Inside of my house.
The women's
Yeah.
retreat.
Without kids.
Yeah.
Because like even when we're live streaming, before we start, we will look at our children and say, go to the bedroom.
Yeah, it's hard.
If you breathe, if you make a noise, if I think about you too much, I will beat you when you're done. You understand? And they're all like, oh. So we give them snacks and YouTube videos and we shut the door. So a lot of times
And they're
our
really
kids,
good.
yeah, a lot of times our kids are in the other room. And so even though we're doing the live stream, out of the corner eye, you'll see one of them go to the bathroom and they'll stop, stand in the hallway, and you're just like,
No, Addie, her youngest, she'll scare me to death.
She's crazy.
I'll look down the hallway and she'll be standing there like this.
She's got long hair.
I'm like, Addie. I'm like, Addie, stop. You're scaring me. She'll just laugh. That evil little laugh.
She is
The secret
evil.
show.
One day I told her, I said, Addie, you're a princess. She goes, no. You're a princess.
Oh.
I'm the beast. So now I call her my beast. I love her.
I used to tell Amber all the time, because Addie is not one to be very friendly with people, so I was like, that baby's gonna love me. Like, I'm determined that baby's gonna love me. So I kept telling her, I was like, I'm gonna take her home with me when she gets comfortable. Well, she finally got comfortable with me.
And I told you not.
She wanted, I know she wanted me.
told you not.
I was like, stop lying on this baby. She is not mean, Amber. So I get her home later that night. I called you for something I can't remember, and I told her, I said, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna cut Adeline up into pieces. I'm gonna put her in my freezer, and I'm gonna tell you I don't know what happened. I'm gonna kill this kid. She goes, I told you. And she said, seed of Chucky done told you. I was like, oh my God, something's wrong with it. It's broke. Take it back.
She acts just like her dad.
She's hilarious. Like, she's hilarious.
Look at him. He's like, what?
We're not even listening to y'all. We're having our own
She acts
conversation
just
over
like
here.
her daddy. But she looks just like me.
She does. She looks just like Amber, and then Libby looks just like Alan.
But she
Yeah.
acts just like her daddy.
For sure.
She fell down 10 stairs while we were on vacation.
Oh, I
this
seen
week.
that.
Tell them what she said when she got up.
She was walking down the steps. We went to a beach house, and in the beach house, it's like 10 steps, and then there's a platform. And then there's 10 more steps, and then there's the front door. So she goes down the first 10 steps, and she stops. And she turns around to look at me, and she turns back around, and she lost her foot. And when she turned around, so she fell down the other 10. So the first thing I do is I go into panic mode, and I start screaming. I yell at my husband. I get to the bottom of the steps, and she stands up, and she says, I didn't hit my noggin. I didn't hit my noggin. I said, okay, are you okay? And she said, no, but do I have to go to the hospital? And I was like, no, as long as you're not bleeding anywhere, you don't have to go to the hospital. She had one scratch on her foot. That's it.
That's a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I was going to the hospital. Yeah.
You know that scared her. That would scare a grown-up.
No, that didn't scare her. No.
She was more afraid of
It's
going to the hospital.
Adeline.
She's the beast. She is not scared of nothing. She's not scared of anything. No. She got on a Ferris wheel while we were there because there's a place called the Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And she got on a Ferris wheel that goes 200 feet up in the air.
Oh my gosh.
She wanted to do it by herself, and my mom wouldn't let her. She was like, no, you have to have an adult. She was like, no, me big enough. My mom said, no, you're 4. Get in the thing and let me sit beside you.
Your mom did it?
She had to. Nobody else probably would, right? It's
Last
No, my other daughter, Libby, will do it too. She's scared of stuff. She'll do certain things. But Addie's not scared.
Last time I rode a Ferris wheel, I rode it with my crazy uncle, and I was about 10, and he rocked it when we got to the top. And it was one of those carnival ones, and I was like, Terry, this thing is gonna fall apart!
Dude, I got on the one here in Gatlinburg.
That was
Me
crazy.
and Alan and our 2 girls got on it, and I was okay until we got to the top, and then Addie stood up and started shaking, and it started rocking. I said, Addie, sit down, and she thought it was so funny that I was freaking out. I was like, sit down, you're making this rock. She said, Mom, you skilled. I said, I'm about to knock you out. Sit down.
She's evil. There's something wrong with it. It's broken. The last time I was on a Ferris wheel, I always tell John all the time, he's like, are you seriously going to do that? And I'm like, because earlier Becky was like, I'm scared of sharks.
I'm scared
And
of
alligators.
sharks and alligators.
I was like, if I see an alligator, I am going to freaking touch it. It's on my bucket list of something to touch. I would. Like, I'm not. if I see a bear, I will touch it. Like it is
They see a bear.
Yeah.
It is on my list of things to do. Like I have.
Crazy. She's gonna get
I want to
And
screenshot.
on your tombstone, it's gonna say,
We
she
told you so.
farted because she wanted to touch a
Shut your
fucking
mouth.
bear.
Hey, listen, we will go into like those like Bass Pro Shops or those stores that have like the taxidermied animals. When am I going to get to touch a rhino? So it's like, do not touch, and I'll walk by, I'll go. And then keep walking, and I'm like, ooh, a bear, yes. John's like, stop it. And I'm like, I can't. And then I walk over, and I'm like, it's an elephant. Stop. I have to. It's so fun, but the butt bone feels like it's about to
I
break
feel
your
so
hootie.
sorry for them elephants, though.
Yeah, that's sad.
You've rode it. Where in the
The circus.
rode an elephant?
The circus.
The Shiner Circus. I rode it with one of my little Sunday school kids.
They charge you like $18 to go one round,
I'm too
and then they drop you. No, you ain't. You get up on there, but literally their backbone is like this, and it feels like it's literally going to break your hootie. Like you're just like, I will never walk again. I will never sit properly again.
First
Because
off,
when they walk, it rotates, and you're like,
no,
oh.
back it up, back it up. Hey, first off, how your hootie get that close to its
It's spine. You have to sit on its freaking back. Its spine is this big, and you have to literally straddle the spine. You're doing the dang splits on top of an
Because
elephant.
his belly's so wide.
You literally are
that.
split on it, and you're just like, oh god, and then every time it moves, you're like, oh no!
Think
And
of
everybody's
riding a bike without a seat. Riding a bike without a seat.
Speaking of the circus, have I ever told you all about the
too
time?
much cushion in the back or something.
Huh?
No.
I don't know how you're sitting on an elephant and your hootie is on the. I don't understand that.
You sit on his
You're
back.
doing the splits.
I understand the splits. I'm not stupid.
I think your anatomy's broken. You got broken anatomy.
She just has more.
You're his
I
backbone.
mean, wait. I think you do have broken anatomy. Do you not remember the conversation about how you piss in the woods? Did you all go out to the woods?
She peed in the woods for the first time.
I did.
I peed in the woods.
I have peed outside once in my life, and I nearly died.
I don't
It
pee outside.
traumatized her.
I was truly traumatized. Maria was like, you want me to go up there? And I was like, no, no. And I walked up there and I got to the top and I looked down and I was like, I can hear him, but I can't see him. And I was like, oh my God. The second I drop my pants, a park ranger's gonna pull up and you know it. So I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, oh God, I can't do
First
this.
time she ever peed outside. Like I grew up peeing outside.
Right?
I am not a savage. So I was just like, okay, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I stood there and I was like, if I don't hurry, they're gonna come looking for me. So I'm like in the middle of panic. And I thought, okay, I can do this, I can do this. So I pulled my pants down and I was like, hurry me real fast! And then I tucked her back up and I was like, oh my God, this is so nasty. I walked back down the hill and Maria's like, because we didn't have any toilet paper, obviously, because we're out in the middle of the freaking woods. And I was like, I feel so nasty. And Maria was like, you'll be fine. I was like, no, I'm going to smell like pee for the rest of the day. I know it. And then the rest of the day, you can ask them through Kate's Cove. I was like, oh my God, I smell like pee. Oh my God, I smell like pee. I know it. I know it. I know I do. She was like, no, you don't. I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can tell.
When we go riding up in Cityco and stuff, I always take toilet paper.
Let me tell you.
You have to pee in the woods.
No, let me tell you something that I've done. When me and John were dating, this is how he knew he had to marry me, because he knew I'm never going to find somebody else that's psychotic. So, sometimes you guys will see, like, the Mimi in the chat. That's John's Aunt Mimi. And when we were dating, they took us to Cherokee, North Carolina. And when we were coming back down the mountain, it is a 2-lane. You are on the side of the mountain. There is nowhere to go, and there was a wreck. We are sitting for hours, cannot go anywhere. And I was like, I've got to pee. His Uncle Jeremy, before he passed away, Jeremy was like, I'll pull over on this little turnpike right here, just go to the well. No. He was like, just go pee. No, I will not. And he was like, okay, like he thought, okay, there's something wrong with this little girl. Because I think I was maybe 17. And so we're driving along and I'm like I'm starting to sweat. I was like, I've got to pee. And John was like, do you want us to pull over? I was like, no. And he said, baby doll, just go pee in the woods. I was like, I will die. I'm not kidding you. I thought my bladder was going to explode. I was like, I'm going to die. This is how I'm going to die. I'm going to die on the side of the mountain because my bladder's going to explode and I'm going to bleed out because I refuse to pee outdoors.
I'm pretty sure you'd pee on yourself before that happened.
I don't know, I got pretty good muscle control. I was just like, I am not peeing. So we're driving around. We finally get to a rest stop after an hour, and I'm like, oh my God, just hurry. Like, my heart was pounding. I was pouring sweat, and they were like, Misty kept saying, if you do not get out, I was like, no, I'm fine. I can make it. She was like, it's not an endurance race. I was like, yes, it is. Just go. They pull up. Jeremy went to turn into the parking space, and I jerked the door open and jumped out of a moving vehicle and did like a 20-yard sprint. And John said, I ain't never seen you run like that. I said, I was literally pissing the whole way. I was like, I was going to die. And after that, he went out with me, and I was like,
Did you pee on yourself?
yes! I made it to the rest stop and peed myself. I held it for 3.5 hours.
And made it
That was before babies. Now I'm just like, well, we're going to have to clean the seat. I don't know what to do.
And I didn't even have babies.
She goes, I gotta pee so bad. Oh God, if this elevator don't come on. And I was like, and there was an old man standing there looking at us, and I was like, just don't pay attention
No,
to
like
her.
they made me laugh or something.
Yeah,
no,
she was sitting there with her legs
Yeah.
crossed. She was like, oh, I gotta pee so bad. Oh, hurry
And then
up.
I got
I started laughing at her,
I
and
pee
when
on
I
myself
laughed,
a lot.
she looked at me and she goes, oh, I'm peeing myself.
No, I have something called interstitial cystitis, and it's where you have too much acid in your bladder, and it causes you to pee on yourself sometimes.
So when you go to the elevators, Becky's peeing in front of them. Last night.
Well,
so
I was going to say, is that what happened when I come downstairs? There was drops of water.
It might have been.
this one can't hold her liquid. She peed in the floor. Oh Lord.
Okay. No.
She
I
peed
can't.
She peed on herself
Just
at the
a
elevator
little.
last
Just a
night.
little.
Where was I?
Still at the
With
swimming
us?
pool. No, she was at the swimming pool.
Oh. Okay, so
It was just
I gotta
me
tell
and
you
you.
all this story.
Oh,
You were talking about the elephant. So one time I was at the circus, and I got picked out of the whole stage, the whole audience, to go down in the middle with this clown. And he had a heart balloon, and he gave it to me, and he was like a mime, and he acted like he was
You just about sight me in the mouth. I was like, whoa.
he acted like he loved me, and he handed me that heart-shaped balloon, and I took it, and he was like, he put his hand over his heart, and then he like picked me a flower, and then he said, he was like, let me, like he asked me to see the balloon, and then he was holding it like this, and he popped it. Like he didn't mean to pop, like he acted like he didn't mean to pop it, but it popped, and then he was sad. And then he made me pray with him, and we had a funeral for the balloon. And then he made me another balloon, and he handed it to me, and he gave it to me, and he goes, and I was like, I'm not kissing you. and this was in front of the whole circus. Josh, was you there?
Yeah.
Was you? Oh, well, anyway, he was like, he kept going
Hey,
like
Josh,
this.
he's from Tampa. I'm gonna tell that in a minute. Go ahead, tell your story. I'm gonna go ahead and tell
But he
it.
kept going like this, and he kept making, like he wanted me to kiss him on the cheek. Finally, I did, and that joker turned around and kissed me right on the lips. In front of that whole place.
I'd have been like, sexual harassment. Y'all seen it, everybody in this room.
It was hilarious. And then come to find out, he was the motorcycle rider that got in the thing that went around, and he was really cute.
I'm safe right now.
Without makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I told Josh that the guy's from Tampa. So I don't know if you guys seen this gentleman who was walking around last night.
Oh yeah.
Who was incredibly
Did
drunk.
you?
Oh yeah.
He's from Tampa.
Yeah, we know.
He's from Tampa.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, so he started the date. So we went to the indoor pool, then we went to the outdoor pool, then we went to the indoor pool, then we went to that. We just kept flip-flopping back and forth.
And there was
Nobody-
these people in it that we kept bothering. Like they would go to
That's a whole new story. Wait, we'll go back to. We'll come
No,
back
we're
to that.
not.
That's an R-rated
Not
story.
worth that.
That is an R-rated. Okay, let's just say it this way.
We
There were
saw
2
that
females and one
there was-
female and 2 dudes in the swimming pool. And every time we walk up on them, they would unattach themselves and go to the other pool, and then we'd go to that one and then unattach themselves and go back out. It was,
I'd asked them to unattach themselves and go to their room.
Yeah.
it was very.
Wow, they didn't have a room. I saw them leaving.
Yeah, they just showed up and
Oh,
swam. Yeah, they saw us all swimming, so they just
That's
snuck in.
tacky.
But so the day he started out yesterday, not too drunk, obviously. We got at the pool at like 4, and he was already drinking, but he was sitting there, and this one literally drives me out of my mind. She will talk to anybody. She don't care who it is. It could be a serial killer. She's like, "Hi, what's your name? Where you
I
from?"
don't know. They come to me. They start talking to me.
They don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they
Like the
don't.
guy with the.
We was in Old Navy.
So the homeless man that you
No,
get.
God told me to talk to him.
Yeah.
We were in Old Navy in line, and she just starts talking to this
No,
random
no.
person.
She
Yes.
asked me. No. She asked me if this tattoo hurt.
The woman talked to her, and she turns around and tells the guy, "You have a nice voice."
His voice was the best voice I have ever heard.
But that's
He's
what
from
makes
North
Becky.
Carolina.
It
That's
wasn't
what
his
makes Becky.
accent. It was the tone. Like he was like, "Hey." I was like,
We like your kindness, Becky. We like
"Thank
your
you,
kindness.
thank you. They love me."
You don't have to go to Walmart. She will see people and she's like, "Oh, I know them," and I'll grab her and I'm like, "No, we're trying to get out of here. It's a 45-minute
She
conversation
gets
per
mad at me
person."
because I smile at people.
Yeah,
I can't help it. My
Becky
daddy
wouldn't be
is the
Becky
same
if
way.
she didn't do that. She'd
I-
be somebody we probably wouldn't care for.
We are polar opposites.
We are.
Yeah, and that's
Polar
what, that's
opposite.
what
And
works.
it's not horrible to walk up to somebody, or if somebody says, "Excuse me," or "Hi," and say hi, her. But
No, I'm
Becky
friendly.
carries on a full conversation.
She'll pull out her phone. "You want to see my pig? You want to see my dog? You want to see my daddy? You want to see my husband?" And I'm just like, "Jesus, Becky, nobody wants to see the big dog,
They
right?"
love it.
So
I
anyway,
can't help it. That's just
she's-
how I'm raised.
so she's over here striking up a conversation with this drunk man at the side of the pool, and he's like,
He wasn't drunk yet.
he was well on his way.
Oh, I don't
He was
know.
well on his way. So he's over there and she's like just sitting there just chattering away to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Tampa, Florida." She goes, "Oh, really?" And I thought, okay.
That's a big deal to me. I don't meet many people from like big cities. Tampa's a big city.
I used to live down there. It's not all that.
Well, I've never been. So.
You're not missing nothing.
So me and Josh, I think that's why me and Becky get along very well, because me and Josh are very similar. We make the same faces, we have the same reactions, and we don't hide things on
And they're
our face.
hateful.
We are both very hateful. So I'm in the pool. Thank God nobody was looking at me, but me and him make the exact same face at the same time, because he walks out and Becky goes, while the strong man's sitting here straddling his chair like this with his beer in his hand, smoking a cigarette, Becky goes, "Hey, Josh, he's from Tampa, Florida." And Josh looks kind of like, "What the hell am I supposed to do about it?" And I was looking the same way. I was like, "What's he caring? He's from Tampa, Florida." And the guy's looking at him like, "I'm from Tampa." And Becky's just smiling, and Josh goes, he flips his sunglasses, he goes,
But me and Josh and Tampa made really good friends.
Josh made friends with him to keep him away because he's Chester the molester.
Exactly.
Y'all know, you had to deal with him last night.
Yes.
Get nasty. He asked Amber, he was like, "Can you hug me? Because you got a sparkle in your eye." And I was like, "I'm about to this man up right here in his lobby."
He was up there and he's like, "Now, how old are you? And how old are you?" And then he says, "And your mom?" And I said, "Yeah." We was only down there, pretty much stayed down there because that woman was drinking. He was trying to get her to go somewhere with him. I'm like, this little lady don't need to go
He was
nowhere.
trying to get her to go somewhere, and I was like,
Well,
"What?"
she says,
Get
"Where's
over here.
Daddy at?" And I said, "Daddy's at home. This is a girls' weekend." And he said, "Well, I'm just saying, Mama's kind of hot." And I said, "No, I'm just saying, I got a husband. If I didn't, I wouldn't want you."
Oh my gosh, you told
If he'd
me.
have talked to my mama like that, I'd have been like, "Yeah, and Mama's got a 6 sour too with your name."
I thought you wanted a new daddy.
I
She
knew
don't want
daddy,
him.
not a new, not the same kind of daddy I got rid of once.
You don't want a daddy from Tampa.
No, we don't want a Tampa daddy. I want like a North Carolina daddy. Somebody who knows how to chop wood.
He's married. Well, I told you.
What are you talking about?
The guy that I liked his voice.
He's married.
He was married.
Farmer daddy. She wants farmer
A
daddy.
farmer daddy. Farmer daddy's a good lumberjack daddy.
Somebody that'll take me hiking.
I just found that Uncle Jim, it's okay, calm
too
down.
old to
No,
hide.
it's not.
Yes, he is.
We've tried to auction her. If anybody knows of a daddy, you know, I'm taking applications.
I was trying to tell you yesterday she was having Jesus. She just yells out the window, hey, my sister's single. I'm like, I was like, you know what you want about? Yeah.
Do not do that.
That line really did hit me a little hard.
I warned you. I warned you. Oh my God. So shortly after I had the surgery, me and John went on a date. And the old house that we lived in before we sold it, we literally lived across the street from an actual winery. Like the whole hillside was the vineyard. It was beautiful. So we lived there for like a year and a half. And I told him, I was like, we've never been to that winery. We should go to a wine tasting. So we go in. I tell the woman, I just had this surgery. Literally, splash it. That's it. That's all I can do. I just want to lick the glass. Don't put nothing in there. So she's just sitting there talking, and she's just pouring. And I was like, oh no. So like she was like, do you like sweet, super sweet? What do you like? And so she'd pour me some, pour John some, and I was like, I cannot do this. So I'd take a little sip of it, and she'd turn around and start doing something. I was like, hurry. And John would drink his, and then he'd drink mine. And then he'd set it down, and she'd be like, you want to try the raspberry? She's like pouring it out, and I was like, oh God. So I'd take a sip, she'd turn around, and I'd be like, hurry. He ended up drinking 6 glasses of wine by himself. So we go to dinner, and he gets in the car, and he goes, you're going to drink? I said, okay. And he goes, I said, are you drunk? He said, I'm well on my way. He said, I am not drunk, but I am not sober enough to drive. And I was like, okay. We went, and he was like, I think I want a blooming onion, and I want this. I've never seen him eat so much, and that is like an accomplishment, because I don't know if you guys ever watched, like on my channel, or when we went to the beach. John ate a burrito the size of a small infant, and I am not exaggerating. Ask Mom. It was probably like the sound of about the size of a 6-pound newborn. I'm not kidding. It was the biggest burrito I've ever seen in my life. Before the rest of us could get our food ready, like, you know, put sour cream on your nachos, like do whatever, he had it eaten. It was gone. My brother was licking his fork. He turned around and went, my God! John goes, I was in the ocean for a long time. Oh my! I looked at him and I was like, you literally ate a baby. And he goes, I was in the ocean for a long time. That was his only excuse. I was in the ocean for a long time. I was like, I ain't never seen the ocean do that to nobody. I was like,
It will make you hungry.
but my other brother, Lucas, was like, dude, that's going to be so bad tomorrow when you try to poop that out. He was like, you about to ate a baby, but you're going to have to give birth to one tomorrow. And John was like, I didn't even think about that. And I was like, no, you didn't. He was such a baby on that trip. He stubbed his toe, and then he couldn't go walk on the sand. It made me so mad. I was just like, sitting in the room like a 2-year-old with your freaking stubbed toe. Last day on the beach, my toe's stubbed. Get real. I can give birth and go walk on the beach. Get real with you and your toe. I'm tired.
I bet you are. After
I had 2 hours of sleep.
I don't remember what time I went to bed.
We partied. Did you all? What did you all? Did you guys get good sleep? Or were the beds not sucky?
No, they were fine.
I slept like a Saturday, wouldn't matter what they were on.
I slept on our floor.
Did
She
you?
slept on the floor. What?
Roller rate.
Yeah.
I wish you'd let me know. I had a whole extra
She
bed.
has a whole room to herself.
My bed was pretty comfortable.
Mine was good.
You take a sleeping pill. We don't care.
No, I did not take my sleeping pill last night because I was worried I wouldn't wake up this morning. It puts me in a coma.
She told me last night she took.
Well, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Casey.
Oh, okay, what?
I took one. I told you I told one.
No, I called Amber
No,
because I told her to come down
I
and get
took
her
my
eyes
depression
done.
pill.
Oh.
And she said I already took a pill. She was half asleep.
I took my
actually know
medicine.
what pill she was
I
talking about.
get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So about like, what was it, like 8 o'clock at night, they're like, we're gonna go out and go shopping. And I was like, we're gonna have to give me some coffee or I'm gonna sleep. And Becky goes, you're not gonna be asleep. And I said, you want to freaking bet?
It's much cooler in here now.
Well, I have it set on 45, so I kinda like.
Yeah, let's turn it up a little bit so we don't freeze the place.
45?
I have it set on.
It was
45.
warm at first.
No, it was the pits of hell in here.
It was hot.
Just be glad it ain't like it was last night, because when we come in here and started setting it up,
Oh my
I
gosh!
found out it wasn't throw up. Somebody had spilled a dairy liquid on one of the seats, and they didn't know about it, and it had been in here for weeks. And so when they opened the door, we were like, something smells like throw up. We were like, y'all gonna have to do something about this. I told my cousins, I was like, we will not use this place again. Love you, but we can't be this. We have the worst time with it. They had this room yesterday before 3 o'clock full of closet doors, full of cabinets.
Yeah.
They had to rush and get all of housekeeping out here to remove it because, they forgot they rented it. And I was like, you better get it out. Cause
I'm
not-
hungry. I'm gonna get
Then
myself.
they have double charged me for my room. And they can't figure out how to get it off. I don't know how much they charged y'all for your rooms, but it was supposed to be $109. So if it was more than that, you need to tell them.
Yeah, they charged me $109.
Did they?
It's supposed to be $109 per night. It's supposed to be $109 last night.
That's not even-
$89 tomorrow or
No,
tonight.
they told me when I called 148,
That might be with all the taxes and stuff.
80 something.
Maybe. Yeah, that's with the
Because you all
taxes.
had
Okay.
5 adults.
They
Yeah,
didn't know we were
yeah.
having-
Oh.
Yeah. Danielle told them. She talked to Danielle. Danielle was
Yeah.
like, just don't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Danielle said. That's why I gave you guys her phone number and told you to call her.
Yes, that's.
The other girl up in the front. Well,
Is he got St. Bernard in him? No.
yes. Does he?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a St. Bernard Great Pyrenees?
Yes.
I love him.
Mm-hmm. And your line.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Lord, so don't.
And I'm eating.
Are you eating?
I don't care.
I'm hungry. Are y'all hungry?
Eat some cookies. Literally, go for it. That's why I bought them. I
Yeah,
bought
I'm
a ton
gonna
of
get
stuff.
some.
I ate.
This morning gravy was not gravy.
And we got coffee and
My granny
Keurig.
made that.
Keurig coffee.
If she made it homemade, you would like it a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Where's the
She has
creamer?
to use what they give her, but if
Yeah.
she makes it at home,
Smudge.
she slow cooks it on a cast iron skillet, and then she makes biscuits that are like this big that will literally knock your eyeballs
Cat
out.
eye biscuits.
Oh,
But she did make those eggs, and them scrambled eggs.
you gonna try and eating one?
Oh, that's my charger. So y'all call it cat eye biscuits, we call it cat dead biscuits.
Smudge. Get you a cookie, Smudge.
Sneaky one.
Your mama did.
What?
Is there any creamer?
Yeah, up in my room, and I shut the door on.
Oh
All
no.
right, that's between me and you.
Hey, Mom, will you go in the kitchen and ask Nanny to bring some creamer?
I'll do it.
I think there's some right outside.
Yeah, tell Nanny we need some creamer. Because I bought 5 different flavors of creamer, and I've left it in my room, and I've already shut it.
Are you staying another night?
Oh, we gotta go home together.
We were gonna stay another night, decided we were gonna, so I canceled it. Sit down, Friday.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So,
Well, the weather said it was gonna rain and we got here and had a change.
You never know what it's gonna do around here.
It
Don't
literally
worry
will change
about it.
by the day, yeah.
By the minute.
So, where at in Marvel does your mama live?
Share
She lives out
big
the Morganton Road.
Behind the
Really?
mall.
Yeah, right close to the mall, off of Howard Jones Road. You know
Okay.
what's that?
Yes. My
Just give me that.
daddy used to go to church at Fellowship Baptist right there.
Okay.
That's
And then
what
they
we
moved.
talking about, but okay.
And then my uncle lives on
Crazy.
Hopewell.
What else do you
off
want?
Morganton. It's right there before you
The
get to the
pump.
railroad tracks.
Okay.
Yeah,
where
and then Morganton Road goes to Greenback where I grew up.
Well, my niece lives in Greenback, so that's how we get to her house.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
nice? I'll plug you in last night.
Amanda,
Oh, I bet you.
I draw blanks all the time, I'm so sorry. What's Amanda's last name?
If you want
Michelle?
to, if you go out in the kitchen, that she's still got
What's
a
Amanda's last name? Meredith. Meredith.
Yeah, I tried to plug in her name, but it ain't working either.
Yeah, she's got coffee out there.
Usually everybody knows everybody bring back.
I know.
That's what I'm telling you, mate. Using this.
Their coffee maker don't work. The outlet don't
No,
work.
what's this one?
She said we can get some outside. You want anything else over here?
The wall unit's not working.
Oh. What kind?
Or
Hey,
Blueberry
Josh.
or
Can you get the
whatever
coffee
it is
maker
right there.
working? You'll probably have to move it over there to that plug-in because this plug-in's tore up. Well, there's, no wait.
I have a Keurig that travels with me.
Mom, I
so
think
when I
it's
go,
blueberry.
it goes. The coffee and all.
Yeah, we have one in the camper.
You got one in the camper?
Are we sure? I think it's blueberry.
Okay.
There ain't one over there. I was gonna put it there. Maybe you and Alan could get that table and take it over there. Hey, Bernie, Josh.
Yeah.
In the middle of.
Who kind of reminds me of Boss?
Is the lock supposed to turn on?
Now,
Silly boy.
her grandfather was Jerry Miller. He lived in Greenback for years and years and years until he passed.
I don't think I'm.
Oh, the actual.
So I don't know if you know a Jerry or Juanita Miller.
He collected the VW bugs. He
Yeah.
had them everywhere.
He had an auto car.
On Highway 411?
Yes.
I know where you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Unless we want to try this one over here.
I was going to, and then they talked about canceling it. And
What,
so
the
I just
actual
didn't make
button?
plans, and then they changed their mind and decided to do that.
Let's try to move it
What?
over here.
But then I found out what they were doing is they just
On
went to
this
a
other
park
table,
where
yeah.
kids play. All they did.
Where's that at?
In Asheville, North Carolina.
We went to it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? What they were saying that it was going to? Because they said that they were just going to let the kids go play.
You're doing a great job.
They let all the kids played at the park and the adults pretty much stayed under the almond and kind of intermingled. But it was bring your own food if you wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Mama said, "What's the meetup if you don't have food?" I said, "Mama, we're supposed to bring our own food because she didn't get to go to that."
It's
She said, "But that's
Yay.
boring if you don't have food and drink."
Right.
Well, we're doing a get together, and we're roasting, we're doing two logs on
Now,
When is it?
September 14th.
have y'all ever
2 days before my birthday?
It's gonna be real nice at that point
They
in
were
time,
at
too,
the
'cause
North
it's
Carolina meetup.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be outside.
Now, do you all live near Russellville, Kentucky?
What kind do we have?
Okay.
And you can order a Kentucky label.
Yeah.
Bring me.
Yes.
You got just special cup.
We're like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
She don't know. She won't leave loud.
I'm in the Russellville, Kentucky.
Is that the one that Stringfield Homestead is having?
Watch her just smile at me.
All that.
And Grand Rivers, that's like right on.
I try to get her to travel with me, but every time I tell her,
I'm in Sevierville, Tennessee right now.
that is not traveling, Rebecca.
She just said I wouldn't get out of Loudon County, and I'm here. I'm right here.
Anyway, they're gonna have live music and
I said Sevierville.
cake and all that.
So Becky don't travel. Becky, don't travel. Amber don't do farm animals. But you're making them do it anyway.
I will try anything one time. That's what I've always said. Like when we were talking about the Ferris wheel. I told John, I said, I've never rode a Ferris wheel. We were dating.
Hey, Josh, these are the best.
I said, I've never rode a Ferris wheel, but I will try it once. I'm terrified of heights.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter how scared I am. Like if somebody wanted to go skydiving, I would do it one time.
Sorry.
You're fine.
If I love, because you never know, I would do it.
Let's do it. Oh, that'd be a good one for the show.
Because
No. Them, let them. They do it.
why not?
You ain't getting my ass in a plane. You ain't getting my ass in a plane. I'll go to Bahamas in a plane, but I ain't jumping out in no plane.
See, no matter how scared I am, I always tell myself I'm going to try it
Yeah,
once.
that's
Because
good.
what if I ended up loving
They
it?
got.
You don't know till you try it one time.
I'm
If you
not
don't like
doing it.
If you don't like it, you don't ever have to do it again.
I'm not.
Because I might love it.
Matter of fact, you can go to you can go to Chocolate Monkey and they have bacon and cheddar flavored grasshoppers and ranch flavored grasshoppers.
Need one of these?
They taste like sunflower seeds. I'm trying it.
My husband wants to skydive. I'm like, go right ahead. I'm gonna sit right there on the ground and watch you fall.
Teresa?
I wouldn't swim yesterday. I was
Got
like,
sugar
just
too.
swim.
Got sugar too.
She didn't want to go to the outdoor pool,
Blueberry.
but I mean.
But did I?
She tried it once.
She don't want to go to Ohio to go meet up with Stacey Lynn Harris.
Yes!
I
Oh,
do
sorry.
that.
But is she?
Stacy is very sweet. I like her.
Stacey Lynn Harris.
We did a live with her.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I met her at
She
HOA.
had one of her live.
I couldn't believe that she invited me.
I've just
I was
started.
like, oh, you really want me to come? She was like, yeah.
When
Okay.
is it, Church?
And then, huh?
When is it?
I started
June
your
29th.
channel
So
before
are you
that,
gonna come
and
like a couple hours over and come see me while you're up there?
So,
I think it's like 5 hours away.
Oh.
Never mind. It's Atlantis, right? Yeah, never
Yeah,
mind.
Claire,
Y'all good.
it's just a hop, skip, and a
She
jump
asked-
to your
I'm
house.
not, I'm 40 minutes
Here,
from
Mama.
Illinois.
basically,
I'm 40 minutes from Layman's.
As long as I'm not hoarse. I don't know. Yeah, I've been going to the doctor. They don't really know exactly what's wrong. They think I may have something called Meniere's disease. And one of the symptoms is you lose your voice all the time, which sucks because I sing Tuesday and I just sing Wednesday night at church. So I have 2 days to get over this. And it's been like this since Thursday. I don't know why it doesn't, but I'll be perfectly fine. I'll wake up one morning and I cannot hardly speak. It's just, I'm really hoarse.
That's just the devil attacking your talent, is what it is.
We can buy my honey.
Yeah. Hey, John, you got my hack thing?
When will you know about the results of the
You just
The 29th.
That's what it sounds like.
The 29th, I think, is when I'm supposed to
Oh,
go.
okay.
Of this month, so
No,
sometime
this
next
is
week.
mine.
But weren't you supposed to get the results before in the
Yeah,
doctor?
he wasn't
he
there.
ever this?
I was like, why'd you make the appointment and have me come if you ain't gonna be there?
I don't know why the nurse couldn't give you the results.
Or online.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
That,
worried.
there's, it's one
They
thing.
wouldn't let the
sit
nurse
over
give it to
there
me,
on
and
the
they
floor
couldn't
looking
do
at
it.
that,
They
and
wanted
he
the doctor to
stands
talk
there
to
and
me.
he's right in your face.
Yeah.
So that tells me that there's
Did
probably
you tell him
more.
about them flipping you upside down and stuff?
No, that was awful.
Look at him.
Mama, he was hungry.
I don't know how hard this is.
Oh, I know.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Good.
We've been there, Sharon. I know. It sucks.
Is that good?
It's hard to sit and watch other people eat stuff.
Oh,
and you're just
gosh.
like,
I forgot.
I have 3 yogurts and a protein mix. Protein drink.
Michelle's been doing protein drinks, they found out she's diabetic.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, I do
Oh,
too.
you're diabetic too?
You don't like yogurt, do you?
Pills and insulin. I have.
We're not going skydiving chairs. I swear. They
I do think I'm still over the weight.
She started
How
out
much is
with
it?
her first baby and she
Well, look
used
at
to
that.
go back to normal
I was
range,
trying.
but the second.
I wanna go
baby,
swim with
she
Charlotte.
wanted-
That's
Them
what my goal.
two, they did not grow up together. They did not even know each other until me and Cherish became friends. And they are brother and sister.
That's so cool.
They are just alike.
That's why she likes me.
Like, I get mad at Josh, and I'll tell Cherish why I'm mad, and she'll explain to me why Josh is the way he is, and I'm like, I feel terrible being
Josh,
mad
thank
now.
you. Thank you.
They really are. They're so much alike, and it's so weird because me and John are alike. Like the other day, I went with her and John to a cookout, and
John is not as friendly though. He's not as like.
He's not very social.
He's not. Well, it's not that he's not friendly or socially. He is friendly. Socially, he's not bubbly. That's the difference. He's a dude. He's not bubbly.
Right.
But you get him in the right mood, I'm like, God, he's gonna not shut up.
But like they were driving.
Worse than me.
Cherish was driving,
No.
and
It's mine.
John was riding, and we were in a traffic jam, and we were stopped, and Cherish was looking at her phone or something, and John was going, "Don't do that while you're driving," and I did the same.
We were
thing to
stopped
John.
in traffic, and then I got irritated, and I was like,
Yeah, and she
like that, and then she goes,
Josh.
"Oh my God, you're Josh!"
No, she like Josh will take the steering wheel, and,
And I was going like this. Yeah, I was freaking out.
and she did the same thing, and I was like, "All right, Josh Kerr."
That's because I was like, just freaking go.
She did the devil go.
I have the worst road rage.
I know she does, and she hates driving
just
behind me because
like-
I will drive the speed limit. I ain't trying to get no dang ticket.
No, mama.
I have to drive slow in
You
my
make
car.
her late,
because
her
of the
kids went
clock.
to school.
Yeah, me and Amber literally live 2 houses away from each other.
You drive slower than anybody I have slower than Alan, and Alan drives like a papa.
My husband drives the speed limit, so I said, let me drive, please let me drive.
I do
And I
the
went
speed.
80.
So
and he
how
was
long did it take you all to get here?
Forever. I don't know.
Forever. Bless her
He
heart.
said, with the stopping, he said 20.
Wow.
Where did you
Oh
come from?
my
famous and you were like, I'll sign a bra. Bring
I
a bra,
got a
I'll sign
marker.
it.
I got a marker.
I did.
All right, let your shirts go.
We looked all over the place.
I went to like Goodwills and stuff.
Yeah.
Tell a girl to go.
I would have loved it.
Gosh.
See,
Want
we
to go to
listen.
camper? I have one. Want to go to camper?
She's just like, all right.
I love her. Hey, you
I still
won't need it
have.
long.
So that's why I said, you want one? I have
Yeah,
one.
we need it. So you all brought the camper?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. That's a good idea.
And they came from a while.
Where'd y'all stay at?
Pilot travel stop right up the street.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. My daddy comes up here and camps at the KOA during the rod
Oh,
run.
yeah. No,
Y'all know
see.
what the rod run
Yeah.
is? You do?
Do not come down here. Do
No,
not.
avoid it at all.
We always go to the rod run.
Mistake.
We were talking about the Jeep invasion yesterday.
Do they have that here? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, I got y'all beat.
What? What?
Bike week.
Go to Myrtle Beach during Bike Week and Black Bike Week.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have that in Texas, and they always try to stop it because it gets crazy.
Yeah, well, it gets crazy up here during the rod run. Like, they turn
I
it
am
into
not
like Mardi
racist.
Gras.
Shut up.
I didn't say you were racist. I said you just sounded racist.
No, that's what it's called though.
It
It's Bike
Yeah.
Week, and then the next week after is
It's
Black Bike Week.
They call it that?
Yes.
Why?
I don't want to segregate.
It's an association.
Wait, did anybody see? I know you did, because I seen your response to it.
Oh Lord.
You already know what I'm about to bring up.
I
Oh my
was-
God, that made me so mad. I was like, what the
So was
freak does that have to do
So-
with anything?
Matthew and I were
That
laying
means
in
nothing.
bed. We were laying in bed. I had just watched the video and I was scrolling through the comments and whatever. And he saw it. And he was like, that's dumb.
What?
And I was like gritting my
Comment
teeth.
on my channel.
What was it?
Okay, so I showed
I'll
up
read
us
it
at
to
the,
you.
at
Want
the
me to read
pool.
it to you?
Yeah, read it.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
So we went to the pool, and I filmed this at the city pool, and I was like, we got pool passes, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
This girl, who has
Hateful.
always been really nice, and she's been on there for years. That's the thing. I will tolerate a lot. And most of the time, even when they say, if I don't like their comment, if you see everybody's comment liked, but yours, and you did, I'm looking at it thinking, no. But if I respond back to you, you know you made me mad.
What happened?
She made me
Okay.
mad.
So.
So what, you first off, when you hear this, you tell me what you think this has anything to do with us getting pool passes.
Okay.
And for context, like I'm irritated.